But my mama worked at the school.
Oh shit.
My mama worked at the school. She come in that sucker. They call her. She come in that sucker with her shoe off.
Listen, that ain't happening. Listen,
Them days
if they
not
come
exist
to the school, if they come to the school with their shoe off, now they coming for the teacher or the principal.
Yeah,
They ain't coming for
That's
their
different,
child.
bro.
no,
That's
that's
different.
my
That's
child.
different, bro.
My
You
child
crazy.
ain't doing
That's
that.
Gavin. That's
No,
crazy.
hey, Gab,
That's
that
crazy.
ain't half of it. They're gonna have a slipper in one hand and a
Hold
gun
on,
in the other while they limping to work.
hold on. Right now, my wife told her. My wife told me one of the kids' mama said, "Y'all picking on my child."
Lord have mercy.
All the teachers say the same thing about your child. They picking on them.
Let me tell you just what happened the other day, and I don't know if people know or not, but like 2 days ago, two girls got in two students. I don't know if they were females or males got in a fight at 35, and the teacher jumped in trying to break it up and
Okay.
got stabbed in the hand twice. Like
What?
I'm like, but it ain't just, and I'm picking. I graduated from 35, so I ain't really picking on the school. I'm just saying it's happening everywhere though, man. I say this, and I told this to somebody the other day. The generation before ours is the most resilient generation. Our generation is the smartest, is the most knowledgeable generation. The generation behind us is the smartest, but has the least common sense. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. We the most knowledgeable because we've been through what the generation before us went through somewhat, and with this next generation. I'm gonna use computers for example. That's just one example. The generation before us knew nothing about computers. We know about computers. The generation after us knows about computers. So we got it from both sides,
Mm-hmm.
right? The generation after us so far removed from our generation that none of them, probably very few of them, would have made it in what
Right.
they went through before we were born. And so I say all that to say it's like we have to find a way to bridge that gap and make that generation understand where we started and get that resilience back and get that
Yeah.
respect back.
Wait,
You
let me
Yeah.
show
understand
you
what I'm
something
saying?
simple, Gary. Let me show you something simple. How many grown-ups you know can't ride a bike?
And listen, we ride bikes sometimes every Friday, and there was an adult that couldn't ride a bike. I was like, you can't ride a bike? Like
Hey, that doesn't sound
what?
right.
How old was that adult?
Young, late 20s, early 30s.
That's different. That's different.
And I'm like, you can't ride a bike?
That's different.
Bike. Mm-mm.
No, that's crazy.
That's different.
But
Yeah.
like
That's
the
yeah.
schools, you know, I get people from home. My DM, I got some. I was just looking at something somebody was sending. I got a chick sent me a picture of a little dude. He had a he had a pistol, he ain't had no pistol. He had a big old he had a stick, and I could tell he young. So when I looked at, she sent me a screenshot from his Instagram page. Now I don't know what she got. So I click on his shit. I go through his shit. McMain. I ain't gonna personally do a picture, but McMain, bro. McMain wasn't never that type. I ain't gonna say they ain't had no dudes, those dudes that wasn't about their business, but McMain wasn't the school where you had niggas running around with sticks in McMain like that.
It's
And
everywhere, bro. It's everywhere now, bro. It's just rampant now.
I go to his page and he got thousands of likes on all his pages, all his pictures. He got like he ain't got number 6 pictures up, but he got thousands of likes with guns in every picture. All the kids posting, my brother, my brother. So they, it's like damn near all of them fucking infected with that shit.
Yep.
And he on there talking. He got a picture with his brother. I think it was. He said my blood brother. I'm gonna ride until I get all of them. So apparently the brother got killed, and he's posting that he gonna ride until he kill all of them.
Now,
And
how
for
old is he
who
about? How old he about? 15, 16?
look like he about 16 by the face.
That's about right.
He put this on social media. So my thing is, I sent it to our partner Cooler. I sent Cooler shit. That nigga said, bro, man, say, bro, I won't send this shit to NOPD and say if I can fucking find this shit, what the fuck y'all can't find it? You won't know the fuck just did, nigga. This nigga just told you he
Right
did
here.
it. Yeah, these niggas telling on themselves. So
Yeah, bro.
the shit is all fucked up because when we was in high school and we was doing some shit, we was smoking and a nigga had a camp. Man, get that shit the fuck about me. I don't want my people saying, nigga, you about to get me fucked up.
cloud now. They cloud chasing. They
Man,
likes. They
them
live for
niggas
the
trying to
life.
get killed, man. Getting killed is cool now to these niggas,
It's,
man.
Yeah, bro.
It's
I
a new
only
cool.
got likes,
the
but
dude had
Yeah, bro.
1,000
The
likes.
bro, gangsters don't look for cameras, bro.
they live for likes.
Yeah, it's different.
So you can put a plug out and then put it back in and start all
Okay.
over. This ain't
Ain't
a
no
video
reset
game.
button on this shit. Ain't no reset button.
For me,
There's a power button. There's a power button. And once your power is out, it ain't no coming
It's
back.
over.
Not that I know of, anyway. Because I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's over with. It's over, man.
your ticket is
Say,
up.
bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. This bitch different, bro. This shit is different. I've been a few places, and this is a different type of ignorance. Look, it's everywhere, but New Orleans the size of a dime, so ain't no
Right.
hiding from it. Ain't no running. Ain't no southwest side, no east. Man, you gonna see these people eventually, and it's gonna be crazy gunfire, and it's any and everywhere, and they don't care. And it's hard to stay out the way of this shit, man, because you have to live your normal life every
Fuck
day.
over a nigga from Free Street, stay there and be like, he ain't gonna do nothing. And then wonder why you get banged up 2 streets over.
Yeah, bro. It's
Make
different,
them
bro.
care. Though. That's the question I think we have to ask. How do you
How do you
make
make them care?
What-
Become extremely assertive. I mean,
You gotta be active with them.
you
A
have
lot,
to.
a lot of kids, dog. And this is my personal experience. I be at at Twine's son basketball games, all of them, football games, everything. So I talk to the kids. My son go to school there too. I got one right now, and Twine can tell you he wild, but the little dude is like a special talent on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
So he always getting in trouble. His mama drop him off to go fight quick, but she ain't gonna drop him off.
That's different, bro.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna pick him up from practice. He got to fend for himself. So, yeah. So he hit me up, Bud. He just hit me today. He needed a couple dollars to get something to eat after practice or whatever his work.
Yeah.
I didn't build a relationship with a lot of the kids at the school. They know me as Mr. Bug. I'm glad they call me Mr. Don't call me Mr. Carl. I don't want you. No, we gonna most. I don't even. You can take the Mr. off it, but I love the respect, and it shows me that these kids are being raised different. They say yes, sir. When I told a little dude the other day, look, said you too goddamn big to be not getting a double a game. That was the day before yesterday. I said, nigga, you get a double tonight. I got you at the concession stand when the game over. And nigga said, I get popcorn. I'm looking like this nigga got excited for popcorn. Yeah, nigga, go get a double. Man, nigga had a double in the first half. His parents sitting up there at the top. They just sitting there watching names, yelling names. They there, but most of the kids' parents not there. Same thing in New Orleans. Lab go to all the kids' games. He had every game. I be watching his live. He the stands is empty. Like in the 90s, nigga, you couldn't go to no high school game in New Orleans.
No, indeed. And you better get there on time. You better get there early.
Yeah, you can't get in.
And don't come through with them fake marks on your hand.
So
run you out of there.
Yeah. So it's a lot of it is giving them the time and attention. Like, man, he swear to God that I'm just like out of date. But we go to the game, all his little partners come sit around and talk to me and talk about the game. So I'm the cool dad to them, but to him, I'm the fucked up dad.
The lame dad. Yeah, I get that. I got that.
You embarrassing me.
I'm the fucked up. He can't stand me. That's cool. You ain't gonna stand me now, but when your time come, like my daddy died when I was 10, so I had a lot of DJ daddy, Twine mama. My mama died when I was 2, so I had a lot of my partners' parents. I talk to them, they call me son. So
where's the village?
The village was alive.
Yeah, the village was on and popping there.
Yeah, it was a village.
That trained me to do the same now, and I didn't get it. I had an older cousin. I swear to God, I was the first Prince of Bel Air. I went from the 7th ward when my daddy died to the 8th ward with my grandma, straight to Lake Forest Estates, 9th grade. Nigga,
Wow.
They got a state in the name.
So I did that, but it was an adjustment that I wasn't, and I ain't getting no help with my part. I blacked out in the fucking ninth grade. They called me out on the fucking stretcher and saying, I went through it. So I know how sometimes these kids get. So just having that person to outlet to talk to, to be there. Most of these kids, they just want time.
Yep.
A lot of them. You give them a little bit of time, and them niggas will tell you their whole fucking life story. Like the little dude Ashton. Oh, I got Ashton. I got Cortez Hankton. I sent him his huddle. Cortez, he sent me a picture. Cortez started following him the next day. I'm like, look, bro, I'm trying to help you. Now you got to do it. The rest is on you. You got to make sure your grades right. You can't do them shit. No stupid. He had a mean a page came up, his whatever they call it, spam page or whatever. It came up on my timeline. I screenshot. I sent it to him. I said, "Is you?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my my whatever page." I'm like, "Delete that shit." Burn it. I said, "Man, delete that shit." I said, "I just told you, if dude come looking for you, he gonna come look at everything about you." I did my part. You doing your part on the field. You a sophomore starting in varsity in Texas. That's major. You talented. And why, bro, you cold. You have the opportunity to change your whole family demographic going forward just off the skill you have. So he listened to me about talk to him. But sometimes he don't be wanting to hear, so he'll kind of stay away. But again, it's about giving time. And like you said, Gavin, find one spot in the city and move on that spot. Get enough people to be dedicated to that, to doing that 1 or 2 days out the week. Going to even if it's not just one park, it might be two. If we can get enough people to spread the people out amongst the days and just look, we gotta, as B came in saying, accountability. If you
So
somebody gonna hold you accountable.
What's up?
So BJ and Gavin, you're both in New Orleans right now. So is it safe to say politicians out and act alone? No support from them.
So, bro, I went to school with some of these cats that's actually in the office right now, and I wouldn't call them.
Hey, bro.
About you, Gavin. So we should just at all to for them to do their job. It's their job.
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is this. I think we start with something, because right now you go to them, they're gonna think you want a handout, and then that's gonna automatically turn them off.
So y'all don't want to Gavin, you in New Orleans right now?
Yeah, I'm in New Orleans.
Y'all don't want to go y'all TD?
I mean, to do what though? I mean, so we go to her and say what? What do we say?
Okay.
We're gonna say, look,
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck.
Outreach
Not gonna
program.
listen to me anyway, because I'm not a resident of Orleans Parish, bro.
All right. So we need outreach programs. We need to get to these kids.
You know, they know that they have those already. All those programs you're talking about are in place.
You're not. If go on Instagram right quick and go to a few people pages and look at the dumbass fucking beat they got. I don't want to talk to that clown. Man, fuck her.
I heard everything y'all was saying. Man, listen. What Gavin was saying is right. I mean, I 100% agree with that. Let's touch those punks first. Ben has something going on. Pat has something going on. We roll the dice whichever way we want to go. We can't lose. Let's start with that.
There you go.
That's where you at.
We got two
all that other stuff.
And go there.
All that other stuff you face, bro.
That's it.
You make them come to you. What you do is you make them come to you. They start seeing the difference, and they start asking, man, what's going on out there? We weren't having a lot of calls and problems. What's going on? And then from there, they're like, well, man, yeah, these cats, they start, they was on the podcast, and then from the podcast, they just made a difference. They ain't asked nobody for nothing. Now they're willing to give.
And the only thing that's going in is consistency. That's it. Nothing else.
All right. My question is next. Do you think these politicians that we have in office care?
Fuck those. Why you acting?
Oh, they're just in office.
I'm not gonna say they don't care, but when it's not at your doorstep, it's a different level of care that you have when it's not at your doorstep. You have to really be entrenched for you to care when it's not at your doorstep. This is what I always used to tell people when I was teaching, and it may be selfish. I said this: I do what I do for kids, and I treat kids like I would want people to treat mine, because I don't know where mine gonna be at, and it might be somebody that I taught that saved my child and be like, man, that's Coach Lewis, that's Mr. Lewis' child. Don't mess over her. I got 3 daughters. I got
You
a
giving a
son. I
head.
got
That's
two
it. You
daughters.
can't giving back. You giving a
Right.
head. That's right.
I can't treat them children any kind of way. And then my daughter, can't control what. I mean, they might be at a party for a private school, and anything could be good. You just never
Yes,
know.
sir.
So you can't protect them from an environment. So I always did and taught people children, because one, I felt like it was the right thing to do, but secondly, because it might be one of them that protect my child down the line.
Yep.
So you got to really be vested. I'm going back to, you really have to be vested to care. The politicians care, but how much do they care when it's not
That's
at
right.
your doorstep? When you removed from it, it's not at your doorstep.
It's not
What's
expected.
the chances of
What
T's
do they
daughter
care?
really getting into something with some of these kids? Like, what's the chances of a Contrell daughter what's the chances of these politicians' daughters and sons? It's really not. They're
That's
gonna
right.
protect them.
So,
They
so
living
Right.
in the bubble.
basically,
Right.
if it's not affecting, they're really not investing into the situation.
No, they not. But that's most people, bro. That's most people.
Yeah, no, people.
If it's outside your circle of influence,
So
I mean, they don't care.
we are voting these people in.
No, we ain't.
Yeah.
They're not helping.
We ain't.
Right. Right. We
But
ain't.
Yeah.
they're not helping. People we have in place are not helping.
Why our people not even going to the polls? But they had a 29% turnout for the mayor's election.
We're at 39,
No, I'm talking about
29.
40.
20, the fuck? 40.
Because it was a foregone conclusion who was gonna win everything. You gotta understand.
Everything already, man.
All right, so
She ain't even campaign, nigga. She knew she had in the bag.
Nothing.
all right, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got Gavin from there.
You gotta understand. You keep bringing up politicians. You get help as a politician. From a politician. You get help from donor down. You understand what I'm saying?
No, say, bro, if we coming out, we voting these people in.
Hey,
We
bro,
vote.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people was telling Wolf he need to run, dog. I remember.
No.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, it was on you.
Yeah,
Hey.
running for nothing.
Somebody
Hey.
started. Somebody put the
No,
hand.
the first question I
Yeah,
asked,
bro.
bro,
Yeah, bro. That was crazy.
Say, bro,
first
as long
one-
as you don't go viral cursing the LeBron out for blocking the street, you all right.
Nigga, that nigga had a chance.
so look. The first question I asked y'all, let's start with change. Let's own in that we know gonna
Man,
make
that
it.
ain't that.
Nah, that ain't.
We talk about like at hand
That's
right now.
roadblock after
Baby
roadblock after
steps.
roadblock.
We gotta take baby
Yeah.
steps. Man. We
Hey,
gotta
bro,
get
hold
on
up,
these
man. It's
parts.
a bunch of excuses to me.
No, ain't no excuses, nigga. I work
No,
at campus.
it's
I
real.
know how that game is. That's
I told you,
real.
there's a difference between real and realistic, brother.
Listen,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
so let me say this. The
Yeah,
way
you from
crime
New Orleans,
is-
right?
Who?
Y'all from New Orleans?
Yeah.
That's y'all city, right?
What?
Wait, you not from New Orleans?
No, I know. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's y'all city. You know about a bunch of roadblocks? We've been going to roadblocks our whole life.
Yeah,
But
they are.
listen,
Right.
but listen,
We not
you know
we not
what?
That's
saying
why we're not talking about them. We saying fuck them.
I'll tell you something, man. Go ahead, BJ.
Let me hear Byron.
No, go ahead, Byron.
We've done everything but relied on ourselves. We've
Yeah.
done everything. We try to vote people in. We've done this.
You did everything.
We've done everything but put our best foot forward, put the best minds in place to help these kids, the people who are relatable to these kids. We've done everything but that. Why not try this now? Let's try this.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all,
Business
No,
is
you're
big
talking about the
business.
politicians. The
It's not-
politicians
It's
ain't
big
gonna help
business.
us.
You about to go full ox on. Come.
Man, listen. let me tell
Go,
y'all
Gavin.
something. Do y'all
It's a-
know that?
right.
Do y'all know that Mark Zuckerberg gave about $2 million to Hudson in the sheriff's race? Why
Hey.
the hell did Mark Zuckerberg? So listen,
That don't even
getting
make
in
sense.
office sounds good, but it's big business, man. It's
I know it's big business because I know some of them personally, and I want their names on here because Boogie saying in real life, but I'm going to name the names, Pappy. But we're not going to say no names. But nah, you know, so I got a lot more names, you know. But you know, but big business.
can't really hear you.
It's big business down there.
I make a post and tag the motherfuckers. I got about 30 posts with Contrell name tagged in that bitch. I made videos with tagged her.
Let me tell you this though, bro. Let me tell you this about
Gavin, go.
Contrell, bro. Contrell, if you look at where she started, I think she had a different mindset initially. I don't think she's bad,
I don't think so either.
I think that when you're allowed to do certain things and
The hell yeah,
you
nigga.
do what you allowed to do. So
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
I feel like you adapt to your situation.
That's it.
So, and that's really what it is. I think she has the good intent most of the time, but why?
So
Yeah,
basically,
that's right. That's right. Why
Well,
when I know, why when I found out I can get away with this? Oh
Yeah.
man, watch this.
Let me
watch
say
this, man. Hold on, bro. But hold on right back. So basically, I had the right intentions going in, but when I went in, I found out it was a whole lot of BS, and I got to go along with it, and I just come accustomed to it.
I
It's
found
big-
out why
it's
they
big
call it the
business.
Big Easy. I found out why they call it the Big Easy.
So back to what I'm saying is, let's make real change. If we're gonna start by real change, we're gonna put the people that
It
we
starts with
want.
us. Real change starts with us.
It start with me.
It start with us.
So much
Us right
so,
here.
It ain't got nothing
nobody.
to do with the mayor's office.
No,
It ain't got nothing to do
nobody.
with city
None of
council
that.
office. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's gonna start with us. Twine, what we do when we get together and we have a party and we had all the kids around us and they start talking dumb. What we do? We do what we know how to do. We pull them to the side and be like, man, that's just stupid you talking about.
So
Yeah,
hold
relax
on.
that.
We
Yeah,
don't rely
relax
on
that.
fucking.
Yeah.
We don't rely on the
Hold on.
mayor.
If you, all right, I'm gonna ask you a question. Hold on. I got people that we put in office right now that's gonna make a change. So if you're saying our vote don't count, our vote don't count. Do our vote count? Our vote count. We put who
It count, but we got to get out. We got to get out in the masses to vote.
we gotta
It
get
count.
out, right? And so let's go get us, and we go vote who we want in there.
Bro, but it's not that. Man,
That ain't
give me a
it,
second
man.
on this one. Give me a second on this one. It's not
Go
that.
ahead,
Bro.
BJ.
It's the fact that you blaming the state, but your funding comes from the state. We a blue city. In the state. There's a lot of stuff you need to change about that, bro. Like the city don't have everything has been outsourced from what they signed with Harry. We don't get no money from that. You don't
The
get no
city
money
don't have
from
no
that.
money.
You gotta understand. So
The city don't have no money, but they got Mardi Gras.
The city got money.
Mardi Gras is
Hold
an
up.
influx.
New Orleans got money. New Orleans City, Boogie, BJ, you're wrong. New Orleans City have money. We're one of the most highest tourism states in the cities in the world. First of all, we have money.
Not so much, huh?
Let me tell you where they got money from. That ain't it. That ain't it. So pay attention. The city of New Orleans was awarded $377 million last year from the federal government because of COVID. That was one of the largest portions of money donated to cities across the country.
I
That
understand, but
money
Gavin,
was
you know that
given.
get allocated by the state though.
No, listen. No.
ahead,
Listen. That money was strictly for the city of New Orleans. Now, the state got a pot of money. The state got a billion or something, whatever the state got. The city of New Orleans got $377 million to do what they needed to do for. I'm telling. Look at it's fact. I'm telling you, matter
No,
of fact.
I know. I'm saying really like I believe you. And the only thing we got in the last year is the sports book.
That's why we're trying to tell Twine, fuck that politics shit. That shit dead. Like,
No.
we already got
With the rest of the
I
377
want-
in
let me
Sherman
say, I
Copeland
want my
freeze.
vote back from Biden
I'm
and Camp.
not with the politicians, Boogie. I'm with real. In real life, though, we need to vote one of our own people in that we know have the best interest for us. We need to vote on.
That's easier said,
not-
man. That's easier
You're not
said
getting
than
it.
done. That's easier said.
When you, let me say this. I could get voted in tomorrow, right? The way that
Oh,
shit works,
that's on you then. So it's on you to air them out. That's
Now
on you.
listen, that shit is going. Them niggas get turned out like a hoe in a strip club.
And so you turn on the strip club. You get voted in.
They get turned.
Hold on. Everybody be quiet. So, Boogie, if you get voted in tomorrow, you'll get turned out like a hoe in a strip club?
I'm not getting voted in. I got 2 felonies, so that ain't happening.
No, that don't mean nothing. Are you going to get turned out like a hoe in a strip club?
I wouldn't.
So,
I'm talking to you about that getting elected shit.
hold up. So, if Boogie tomorrow, he going to get turned out like a hoe in a strip club?
Come on, you talking about that shit is dead, though. That politics shit, that shit is dead. I'm done with it. I put my vote in. I was arguing with niggas about Biden and Trump, and Biden got his monk ass and they
It's going to have dead ass. I'm going to talk about this dead ass.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Y'all should have voted for Kanye.
What Cedric Richmond is the
I
Biden?
should have put it for Trump.
Hold on. Cedric Richmond is Biden right hand man. That nigga from out Goretta Park.
No doubt.
What he did for and fuck said and fuck whoever that don't agree with what I'm saying. That's his right hand man. He helped that nigga get in office. So if a nigga who helped the president get in office off Goretta Park, played ball at Goretta, all that shit from the city, made it to where he at, and he ain't got enough to say, hey man, that city need XYZ. We need this.
No, that's no. Listen, that's how we got 370. That's how we got the money,
bro.
It's the coronavirus. It's the coronavirus like stimulus package or whatever.
If he got us a 370, them niggas gonna steal it. City council gonna have that shit in their fucking freezers. They're gonna have that shit in their fucking backyard by the little fucking chihuahuas.
Okay, so where? So listen,
they're gonna be fixing on Carrollton for the next 30 seconds.
Where's the 377 being allocated? Where?
Now the mayor put together a team, and they were supposed to be like job preparedness. It was if you could just look. I'm gonna tell you, go to Google and just.
Gav, isn't Mitch Landrieu over that money?
No. So that's what I'm getting ready to get to. So I said this to somebody the other day. If right now New Orleans doesn't win, we never gonna win. We got Cedric 2 doors down from the president, and then Mitch Landrieu is over $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. If New Orleans can't win right now,
it ain't gonna win.
We're never going to win.
You're right.
If we can't win with Cedric pushing money, we got $377 million. We got more money than a lot of larger major cities.
I know.
Them niggas gonna steal.
If we can't win right now, we not gonna ever win, bro. And that's just the reality. All you got to do is Google New Orleans.
But isn't there some money also sitting from the casino that was torn down from the Hard Rock or something as well? I heard something of that nature.
About that. Honestly, I don't know about that.
Okay, I heard that money is just sitting there. It's just sitting.
I'm gonna have to get Reggie on here one day on the same topic.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie is another one who is on their ass. Like,
I've been knowing him. Man, it's crazy. I've been knowing him since he was a kid, man. That's crazy. And he's doing great things, bro. That nigga doing great things. He don't give a shit either, man. He don't give
at all. And that's the type. Now, see, that's the type of people that we need. Wow, tell you goddamn camera.
But you know what? To that point, to what Twan's talking about, as far as the city officials, the government, whoever. Look what he's doing on Lincoln Beach, and nobody ain't threw him nothing yet, bro.
Right.
That dude doing all that shit himself. We're talking about manual labor. Kunta. That nigga out there being Kunta. Man, that nigga working.
Pocket.
And all they want to do is take the credit. All they want to do is take the.
That's all they want to do. Or eventually take the beach. Boy, that'd be bad. A nigga doing all that and they still take it? Oh, man.
Look, my aunt was the first Miss Lincoln Beach.
Wow.
My aunt, she was the first Miss Lincoln Beach. My dad and sister, he had 2 fucking sisters, and one was the first Miss Lincoln.
Wow,
so
that's what's up.
Them doing it, I reached out. I'm like, dude, look. He was like, man, I want to talk to some of your people. My uncle out here, he said he'll talk to them. They wanted to do some stuff. It didn't go forward yet. I'm gonna say yet. I see what Reggie doing. Reggie really doing a lot of good work. But for me to know my aunt was a part of that, and then to see them trying to bring that back, like I really started paying attention to what Reggie was doing. I got in his post, I won't say about one of my little cousins or something. I won't say it was my aunt, great granddaughter that saw it or something. But yeah, Reggie been on this ass like, and the work he's doing, a lot of that shit he did at Lincoln Beach, that shit came out of his pocket, and he put his cash up a couple times. I hit him with a little bread, whatever I can send. I'm all about trying to help, though. Like, I knew some of the shit I did in the street, it fucked, but I'm gonna be real. I wasn't posted up on nobody. I wasn't. I was giving it to the white people. I wasn't fucking people. But I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to help where I can help to right some of my wrong, even though I didn't right I did. I'm trying to help where I can help, but seeing people like that, like here another one I would love to get in on here to talk about some of the things because Reggie, he really like moving. Matter of fact, he was actually my number 2 draft pick for this whole thing that we talking about doing because I feel like he'd be that'll be willing to go easily because he doing it already.
Yeah, he's doing
Talking,
it. He's doing it.
he's
He's
doing
doing
it
it.
already.
He's doing it.
Like he's active. He talks to the dudes in the French Quarter. He all over.